This week on AwesomeCast, it's just me and Chach here in the studio, but we're coming at you with all your tech talk. We got embeds in your Entertainment Weekly, the cool Android phone thing that's going on there. Porn for Charity, gonna have to edit that one, and so much more here. AwesomeCast coming up.
I'm getting awesome, you're getting awesome, we're getting awesome, yeah, that's what I said now. I'm getting awesome, you're getting awesome, we're getting awesome, yeah, that's what I said.
Hey guys, it's the AwesomeCast. It's episode 121, right from the studios here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I'm Michael Sorg, the host of the thing
that you're watching. AwesomeCast.
Did not think that one through too well.
Live.
All right, with me behind the ones and twos is Chachi, Tony Walker,
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Did you say that already? Did you say that we're live?
I said that already.
Oh,
I said that already.
Okay.
He's live. He's the host of
here.
Unsung.
Right here.
Insert coin-to-begin.com.
You can find us at www.awesomecast.com. I don't know why I still say W's when announcing
I don't know. I learned today that it's very amateur to put capitalization in web addresses.
What?
I use them everywhere because I figure it breaks them up.
Wow. Who told you that?
I learned it.
Who told you that?
I learned it.
Who?
I learned it on a podcast where...
Was it Leo?
It's probably Leo, yeah.
Was it Leo?
It was Leo.
That son of a...
I don't know. Hey, I figure he has more experience than I do.
Not really.
Yeah, I think he does.
He pretends to have more experience.
He pretends to have more experience than me.
Yeah.
Yes, because he's the one that actually... We're not getting into that right now. Anyways, yes, we're at awesomecast.com. Contact at awesomecast.com. Hit us on the Twitter at awesomecast. I need to get rid of that. It's a little redundant, isn't it? And you can... Bring it back over here. Bring it back over here. Stop playing with that. Stop playing. What are you doing?
All right,
what are you doing?
I'm having fun. I'm entertaining.
Weird.
I'm entertaining the tens and tens of fans that this show may or may not have.
I'm sure it's dwindling every day. Anyways, yeah, we're here every Tuesday, live.sorgatronmedia.com. You can join us in the chat room, just like guys, like one of us just deleted all that information. Just like guys like Chilla, Bobby F, J-Town, my brother Matt, Wrestling Revolution, and others joining us this week. Yeah, Rob's not here. He's off on assignment.
No.
He's off on assignment?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
Rob is in the Himalayas.
In the Himalayas?
Looking for Sam Squanch.
Sam Squanch?
Yes.
Okay.
Fictional character that's a cross between the Abominable Snowman and Sasquatch.
Sasquatch.
Yeah. He's at Monster
You
University.
can find us at... on iTunes, on Roku, on Blip TV.
Chilla said he's working for Beats and Dr. Dre.
YouTube and Stitcher. Speaking of Stitcher,
he's over on... Rob could not be here tonight. And this is going to shock you, so I'm going to need you to brace yourself. Okay? Rob is not here tonight because he has an interview... Ready for this?
With Sam Squanch?
To work for the Fancy.
Whoa!
Bam! Whoa. Mind is blown.
Whoa. Speaking of Stitcher,
trying to have fun.
Speaking of Stitcher, we're looking to get nominated. Go over. We got links over. If you're over on live.sorgatronmedia.com, we got a link right there. And I'm going to throw, actually, we do have something on sorgatronmedia.com for the 2012 Stitcher Awards. Go in, nominate AwesomeCast, Wrestling Mayhem Show, and all your favorite podcasts, hopefully including us. And hopefully, I don't know what the prizes are or anything. I don't think there are.
You win a monkey.
I hope we get like an award, because the last show we got an award for, we weren't allowed to keep it.
What?
Well, he has it. I'm sure Chris has it. Or
broke my heart. I want to see that award.
I have a picture.
You've never shown me the picture of it.
I've never shown you the picture. Did
No.
he send you the picture too?
No.
Okay, we're going to have a discussion after the show.
You are fired.
Let's not get into this
I
one.
quit. No one's working for this show anymore because I fired you and I quit. I don't
and
know
it's
what's
just going to be
on.
like an hour of a picture of a couch and a brick wall.
Yes.
That's the new AwesomeCast. Welcome to it. This is where we jump the shark. Yeah, so
see what happens when Rob's not here to control us?
Yeah, he's the control? Okay. Let's get it. Okay, let's do something fun first, Josh, can we? Can we?
Ooh,
do you have the Entertainment Weekly? I think it's the last thing in the doc.
Oh no, I was hoping it was the other one.
Oh, we want to go the other way?
No. We can do this one first.
Okay. Have you heard about this? About what Entertainment Weekly is doing? The CW ad?
I did, and I was. Hold on, let me bring up the picture.
Okay.
There. But I did see this. I saw it before you sent the link.
Okay.
And then I saw it when you sent the link, and that reminded me that I had seen it before, and I wanted to run out and try to find one of these issues.
But unfortunately, they're not in our area.
I know.
Yes. Okay. Well, what they did was Entertainment Weekly released, I think, 1,000 issues of this week's edition. There's a big CW ad in it with an Android phone, because the whole thing is it says the CW TV Now. They're pushing the social media side of things, and apparently there's a little phone screen that's like covered up by half the page and everything. That is like, okay, here's live tweets.
It's a genius idea.
It's a great idea.
I mean,
like I say, only 1,000 of them, only in certain markets. Let me see if I can find which markets. And they say, oh, yeah, actually, they got information here over on geek.com where I found the story. The Abo 810 is a pretty basic Android phone. For about $40, you can order one online and receive the Android 2.2 smartphone with a 2.3-inch screen. That's Rob.
Oh.
That's not...
Sorry.
Yes.
Let me move that over.
Yeah, move that over since he's not here.
But
yeah, and there's the guts of it. If you're on the video, they pulled it out of the page, which, you know, that's not too hard. Basically, the big thing is you have to figure out where if you figure out where the QWERTY keys are on this thing, because I guess it is just like a QWERTY keyboard that normally comes on this phone. Well, you can use it as a phone. You can do whatever you want. Hack it.
More than that, because you would need an actual SIM card for it, because it just comes with a prepaid T-Mobile SIM.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So, I mean, you would have to go out and either refill the SIM card, which I don't know if you can do since someone else bought it, or if you just have your own T-Mobile SIM.
You can just get a new SIM.
Yeah.
That's not a thing. I mean, those guys are selling micro SIMs for iPhones. I'm sure you can get your hands on your own SIM.
Right.
You know, or have one replaced, or say, hey,
I'm sure I have a box with an old phone that still has a SIM card in
Exactly.
it.
But you need one activated. Well, but still.
Not in the phone, but like...
Yeah, but it's a 3G capable Android phone with T-Mobile SIM card, like you said. Likely prepaid with a small amount. Makes sense. Micro USB port is still accessible, so you could recharge your new phone and use it for whatever you like. Sure, the OS is partially Chinese, and there's no keyboard or trackball for this underpowered phone. But any tinker out there, yeah, this is a lot of people are just gonna like have this to play with, you know. But still, it's a pretty cool idea.
Let's break this down.
Okay,
the phone costs about $40 brand new.
Yeah.
They probably got a deal.
How much is Entertainment Weekly? Well, CW foot the bill for the whole thing.
Right. So they probably got a deal for doing a bulk order. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, cut that in half, maybe even down to like $15. Mm-hmm. All right. So CW bought the ad space from Entertainment Weekly, which isn't cheap. They bought 1,000 of these phones, which still isn't cheap. And then they just threw them in the magazine. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. If that's not dedication, I don't know what it is.
It's definitely something that gets people's interest, you know.
I wanted to buy one of these magazines just to see the phone ad in it.
When I first heard about it, I'm like, oh, I wonder if they have Entertainment Weekly at the top of the hill. You know, I'll even go to that really scary place to
the bodega.
Yeah. Well, is it a bodega when it's run by Jamaican people?
It's more of a bodega when it's run by
Jamaican. That makes it a bodega? I thought a bodega was more of a Mexican thing.
No, bodega is just we're getting way off topic. A bodega is just a place that's a rundown store to buy drugs.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't matter who owns it.
We got lots of bodegas around here.
Yes. But the likelihood of it being a bodega increases if it's a Jamaican-run establishment.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not...
Any store that just has an open sign but no actual sign, is that still a bodega? Just by rule?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's... Let me just go ahead and clarify that I mean no ill will towards my Jamaican brethren. It's just they have better access to what bodegas would sell. Go ahead, Sork.
I think he's talking about marijuana.
drugs.
All right, I'll go back to the top of the rundown so I don't mess with you too bad here. Google Wallet is doing
I
something
don't care.
interesting.
Just tell me which story it is.
No, that's fine. We'll just go down the line. Google Wallet is doing something interesting. They're going to start
one.
What?
You skipped one.
Don't worry, I was still near the top. I was going to loop the Facebooks together. Google.
You're gonna tell me this stuff. Don't. You're on screen, giving me a disproving look.
Google Wallet starts experiment to see if users will pay for individual web pages. What are you doing?
I am giving you an inappropriate hand gesture off camera.
Looks like you're crawling into the webcam. So, according to The Verge, this is a new initiative to, quote, experiment to see if users will be prepared to pay for individual web pages if the buying process is sufficiently easy. So, this is, paid content, kind of think, New York Times, Wall Street Journal, they're trying to do this paywall stuff. What if, there's an article you want to read and you pay for it? Like maybe bits and pieces of Wired or something like that. And I think that they would do something like this. So linking it to Google Wallet, which is getting bigger because how many phones are out there that have Google Wallet in it now?
Not mine.
Not yours, I know. But there's more and more coming out. So that's something that's getting a lot of exposure because of new phones.
A friend of ours, Rick, took a video of them using Google Wallet at a McDonald's for the first time ever.
Mm-hmm. That's right, because they have a Google Wallet thing there.
Yeah, and all the employees just gathered around because they'd never seen anyone use that before.
That's the way it usually is, man. Because, I don't know how many times you, go and, hey, I got one of these Foursquare deals, and they're the Bachtown's a perfect example of this. I know, friend from PodCamp and everything. She's really big in social media out there at Bachtown. And anytime I brought up, hey, yeah, I got one of these Foursquare things, and there's usually a free sampler or something. And they're like, yeah, I don't really know how this works, but she's into it. It never seems like the staff is on the level for doing it. I haven't used the one at Sheets yet for the $1 off the MTO because really with my Sheets card it doesn't make sense.
Yes, you have.
Have I?
Your wife has.
Oh, she did. I didn't ask
last weekend.
Oh yeah, didn't she? She said it was weird, right? You were in there.
Yeah.
What was it just a blank expression? Like what the hell?
From her clerk, yeah. The one next to her had to show her where the coupon button was.
Yeah.
He's like, I'd never seen it before, and I saw it 3 times in the same shift. He's like, I know where that button is. It honestly just goes back to a point that we bring up on the show a lot.
Mm-hmm. It's adoption.
The general population isn't on the level of technology.
What's going to happen? What's going to happen? I don't know if we talked about it much here on the show, but Square is getting in on Starbucks. I think in November they're going to start offering in Starbucks locations, which the big thing with it is the Pay with Square, which is basically I walk in, I give them my name and say, hey, I should be on your thing. They'll see my face by my name and charge me for the coffee.
Right.
And I don't have to pull anything out of my pocket or anything like that. What's going to happen when, maybe baristas are a higher, I don't know. You think baristas are typically a little more hip to that kind of stuff?
No.
No?
I think baristas have a higher intelligence level.
Okay. Because they know how to make that little heart in the flour in the cappuccino.
First off, not all baristas do that.
I know. I'm very aware of that.
Second,
I was very spoiled by Aldo Coffee.
Secondly, I shouldn't say smarter. They recognize and understand quicker.
That's why I use the term hip to it.
I don't like you right now. Moving on. No, it's gonna hit everybody by surprise to the point where the first robots we see are gonna be the people behind the counter. I wish I were kidding, but technology is advancing, and we're trying to get away from using paper money.
I think you would be interested in it. I'll throw this out there. Rob, who's not here with us tonight, I shouldn't say that like he's dead though.
Rob, who's no longer with us.
He got me into a podcast it's 2 episodes back on this called Roderick on the Line. And they have about an hour where they just bitch about supermarkets. And one of them is the automated self-checkout thing. Worth a listen to. And railing against the system.
You'll have to send me the link.
I'll have to send you the link. I'll pull it up on my Stitcher app right now. and send that over to you.
Hey, did you mention that you can vote for us in the Stitcher Awards?
You can
go over and nominate your favorite podcast.
I also added a Stitcher button on the live stream. I don't know if you noticed, and also new merch button too.
Here's a secret.
What?
You don't look at that page at all.
I don't actually listen to the show.
No.
Yeah, I know you don't listen to the show, even when you're here.
That's even less reason for me to listen. I'm here. I remember the conversation.
I wish the shot was on you because your glasses just like went crooked when you were freaking out.
Yeah,
It was great. All right, let's talk about Facebook.
Facebook.
You know, they have over 1 billion active users.
Prove it.
I don't know. I don't know if they can prove it.
I just like that big thumbs up.
The big thing.
The big like button.
I mean, that's fine. That's yeah.
I keep forgetting that the camera is right there.
Yeah.
And I always do it like right here.
You're just looking at me. There's no camera staring at you.
But back to the
picture. Yeah.
big picture.
Yeah. I don't really have much to say about that.
1 billion likes isn't. Actually, you know what? I'm surprised they didn't get there quicker.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, also, this is active users. I mean, if you went actual signups, and they just did that big purge. Remember the sad Lady Gaga that we were looking at last week?
Yes.
You remember the sad Lady Gaga from last week?
I do remember.
Why did I not make that the picture for the week? Or maybe I did. I can't remember.
But it's. Oh, excuse me, hiccups.
You okay there?
Yeah.
You had a point, but you hiccuped. You hiccuped.
Go ahead. I'll remember.
Okay. But this kind of rolls in another story because you remember I talked. Oh, you got it.
I got it.
You got it.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I mean, my whole point was look at how fast they were expanding or trying to expand after a while. So, I mean, the bigger the coverage, you would assume that they had more active users. So that's why I think it shocked me that they didn't actually get there quicker. You have absolutely no retort to that.
No, I'm sorry. I was reading the chat room.
Ha! 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 You can't yell at me anymore!
Yeah, but usually you're like playing a video game or something. That's not
Bullshit. I mean, bull snot.
Pucky.
Bull snot.
Okay.
Cheese and rice.
Well, the reason that's interesting, we talked a little bit about how Facebook is like kind of the AOL, the internet for a lot of people.
What?
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 Maybe this discussions I'm having with other people.
What?
But
I would never call Facebook the AOL of the
I think it completely
the hub
is.
of the internet for people.
It completely is. There's people that do nothing but Facebook.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, there's seriously people that if it wasn't in Facebook, they wouldn't know. Well, this is kind of another angle on it. Facebook is aiming to become the internet for users in developing nations. Now, this isn't just this is them. There's been a lot of discussion about whether Facebook is going to do their own phone, but it seems like they. Did you just drop marbles?
I did. I got it. I got it. I got it.
Okay.
I got it.
According to the first,
drop my marbles.
A significant portion of that user base, the 1 billion we were just talking about, are in comprised of people in developing nations, and a company called Quartz is taking a look at the way social media is coped.
Sufficiently served.
What's that?
I don't know. I'm just making up words.
Okay.
I was trying to think of a show title that had to do with us being completely distracted and off topic at all point in time.
The hell? Yeah, I'm trying.
And I couldn't. See, I find it my job to distract you.
Okay.
And that's hard to do when Rob's not here.
Because you don't...
Because I have to carry on a conversation with you, and I can't just be the one over here making funny comments and throwing you off topic because there's no one to bring you back.
Anyways,
see? You are sufficiently...
I can't go anywhere with this.
You
I'm
are
done with it.
distracted.
I don't care about Facebook being the internet
Let's
anymore.
talk about the face phone.
The face phone?
That's what I'm going to call it.
I don't even know.
The face phone.
Oh, boy. It's I don't know. They want to be the internet. They want to control the inner tubes.
Is this going to be like Demolition Man, where there's only one restaurant left?
And it's all Facebook.
And it's all Facebook.
There's only one internet's left, and it's all Facebook.
There's only one internet's left.
That's it. They bought Google. They bought everything else. Everybody plays Farmville. It's ridiculous. Zynga, oh crap, Zynga's falling apart, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not surprising.
I mean, what, the OMG guys are bailing? OMG Pop guys are bailing. The Words with Friends guys are bailing.
Yeah.
The Rats are jumping ship.
Yes.
Hey, those guys, they're just gonna lose all their value and get eaten up by EA or something.
Flash in the pan.
That's it. That's
was
it.
a
Like, hey,
flash-
remember Zynga?
It was a flash in the pan.
Remember Zynga and all those annoying Farmville requests?
Facebook will buy Farmville.
I'm glad they're not around. YouTube. I'm kind of happy about this. Well, yes. So
I am ecstatic about this.
So we've complained about this before. So YouTube uses bots to like pull down shows such as ours that use fair use commentary, amongst others. Okay, that's not like all that they do. No, they have bots out there that are doing content matching. And it's kind
bots that take down your stuffs.
And it's kind of hard. Their review service is entirely automated. And even when I requested...
Time out.
What?
Time out. From now on.
Yes?
From this episode forward. What episode is this? 121?
121.
From episode 121 on, your job requirement before we sit down to do a show is to find a sad face picture about a topic that we're covering.
We need one sad face picture for every show.
Last week it was Lady Gaga at Facebook. This week it's the
broken video.
Yeah, the broken YouTube. That's your job.
That's my job.
Yeah.
I'll comb the internet for that.
I am just hold on. Watch this.
So
watch this.
What are you doing?
Okay.
Just taking up the whole screen. There you go. Okay, now that we're sufficiently saddened, thank you, The Verge, for putting that picture on that one.
That is now the show icon.
So basically, it's all been automated. It's all been muddled. It's been really, really frustrating for content producers like us. Not Chachi, but us. Not Chachi because he's just enjoying the face right now. That's just in your face right now. So basically, they backed off, and they're actually doing.
He's sad.
What?
He's sad.
He is sad.
And you know what? No, I've been attacked by this.
You have. Insert point
I mean, we lost like 4 videos.
Yeah.
During G4.
Yeah.
Or not G4, E3.
E3, yeah.
Damn letters with
we
numbers.
might have been using G4's feed, but yeah, other than that, yeah. But yeah, exactly. They decided it was stringent, and they took down our feed, which, you know, I've seen plenty of other news outlets to do the exact same thing we did, and it's commentary, it's newsworthy. We're giving credit where it's due. And they put the videos back up after I said fair use. We gave credit, non-commercial.
Right.
Damn it, we're not making money off of that.
Middle finger to YouTube.
There you go. Well, basically, instead of it being like a fully automated process, yes, you're going to get that first notice like you usually do. But if you refute it, if I say, you know, we used, like, let's say that picture we put up on YouTube, they flag it for content, or we play a video or something, and if we come back and say no, it's fair use. No, this is a good use of this. In order for them to come back at us, they will probably restore it. In order for us to get any further and have that taken down, the original content owner that had that flagged automatically, like say we play a clip from The Daily Show and Viacom takes our thing down and we say no, it's fair use, they put it back up. Now Viacom gets a notice, and if they want to pursue it, somebody in person needs to look at that case and decide if they want to go to court over it.
Right.
So they are actually, up until now, this has all been a safeguard against YouTube getting sued. This is all like better wrong and inefficient than getting sued again by somebody like Viacom. Yes.
I'll see you in court.
You're using that camera to great effect. Now there's actually going to be, somebody's going to have to look at that. Yeah, you can't switch with glasses on. Sorry. Somebody's going to have to actually look at that and say, is this worth it? You know, if we're like blatantly throwing Daily Show videos up for no reason without commentary or anything like that, just so it's somewhere, yeah, they can come after us. But for the way we use it on here, falls under fair use, or somebody's actually going to have to make that determination, then not just some machine somewhere in the Skynet that's going to take over the world.
Not the Skynet.
No?
No.
You don't think Google has the Skynet? What do you think about this, Shachi? As somebody has been victimized by such things as this.
I understand where they're coming from. I honestly do. It's easier to have the bots control it. However,
They still are the first
intelligent.
step.
It's not intelligent to have the bots control it.
It's more than just identification.
Right.
It's use case.
Because, I mean, when you... the Ubisoft video, for example. There was an entire conversation in which several times it was stated that this is a video from G4 shot from E3 of Ubisoft's new games.
And we're providing commentary.
Yeah. And it was just commentary. And it was made quite apparent.
Which is
However, had a non-bot, human, sorry, I don't know why I said non-bot, had a human actually looked at it, they would have been like, oh, well, these guys are just talking about it,
or,
and they've said Ubisoft like 300 times.
Well, here's the other problem is even if they had a person making that decision on that end, there's no recourse. There's no legal recourse. The DMCA says you can't frivolously call people out on this stuff and say, you're using our content, we're shutting you down.
Right.
Because if they're doing that, then they can easily shut down things that are news outlets, podcasts like this, podcasts like daily news ones that I listen to that I've gotten struck by something like this. They lose tons of views because by the time everything gets solved, maybe a day later, maybe a week later, depending on the time frame, how often there is like a daily, that's dead if it's a day, if it's 6 hours even. Now there's recourse for it. So, and notice it is the copyright owners that will have to make the decision, not YouTube. There was somewhere, I know one discussion was like, well, if YouTube's looking at the content, then that kind of destroys their safe harbor, which keeps them from getting personally sued for these. Would you stop dropping the marbles? You okay over there? You all right?
I'm sorry, Mike.
You all right?
I'm sorry.
I just I'm talking and I hear drop.
I drop it and it bounces across the floor.
I just couldn't make that sound with my mouth.
I know.
Hey, so I missed Google Street Maps, but it's kind of back.
Explain.
They did bring Google Street Maps back to iOS in the form of the web app, because apparently they in the mobile version of Google Maps in the browser, they have not had Street Maps. Oh. So now they have it. So now it's returned. And whoever's using these pictures has a Lux sim.
Wait, hold on.
What's up? You got pictures there?
I
don't know.
I gotta shrink the page because it was still large from the sad YouTube.
Strangely, I tried this in Chrome and it seemed a little rough. So I'm gonna have to try it in Safari. I pretty much abolished all use of Safari on my phone. It's good because it's a function that I used. You look up a place and you're like, okay, what does the place look like I'm supposed to go into? Yeah. It seems to make sense. Does it look like I'm in the right neighborhood?
That's never happened. That doesn't work on Google Maps. It'll just throw the dot there and maybe you're in the right place.
It's close enough. You get to look around. If you're looking at some place that's like a store that has a marquee above it, then you can actually look at the thing and see what the place looks like.
Have you been in downtown Pittsburgh?
Don't use it downtown, no, but in the outer kind of neighborhoods, it's actually really helped.
I don't know.
Or in the case of, a few weeks ago when I ended up on the wrong part of Brownsville Road in South Hills, in South Park instead of Pittsburgh, I could have actually looked at it and say, no, there is no church there. But Apple Maps doesn't have that option.
Well, Apple Maps doesn't have a lot of things, or has a bunch of stuff that's still not there, or not there still.
They fixed the Statue of Liberty, I hear.
The Statue of Liberty was missing?
And, well, it was just kind of, it was kind of missing.
Oh.
And they also fixed the Brooklyn Bridge.
What?
How
do you lose a bridge?
You didn't lose the bridge. It was just kind of wavy. It was just a little wavy.
Do that again?
Little wavy?
Yeah, the wavy.
It was like that. Exactly. Sing it goes kerplunk, Bobby says from earlier.
What?
I didn't get too into this story, but I'm kind of curious, and I'm seriously being concerned about Twitter.
Is it my turn?
Well, I was going to talk about Twitter.
Oh.
Well, yeah, no, we can talk about your thing.
No. Let's talk about Twitter.
No, I didn't know if you wanted to hold this off for Let's Play or not.
I wasn't talking about that particular one. I was talking about the one I pointed out to you on Sunday. With the stuff for the stuff.
No, I'm curious. What the hell are you talking about?
I'm talking about... Oh...
He's got to work on it.
Come4.org.
Oh! Ooh, did I even put that in the doc?
You did! Come4.org is now my new favorite
whoa,
website.
Whoa! We can't show...
I didn't know it changed!
I didn't know it did that one.
Oops.
I'll put that in the notes. Somebody put that in the notes, so we have to fix that.
Okay, let me get to a different page.
There's
Nope, lips.
It's not, we can't really show much of that.
Alright, we can't show you any more of that webpage.
I mean, it's very subtle, but it's there.
But it covers the bush now.
Alright. So what the hell is this, Josh, before we get in more trouble?
I was at the drive-in on Saturday. And I was scrolling Twitter. And I found a tweet that was talking about come4.org. Now, if you haven't figured it out by now, or you're on the audio,
they have a panda bear in the video.
come4.org is a porn site.
Yes.
Or it will be a porn site.
Yeah, we've lost the 2 ladies that listen to this.
Yes. Come4.org is going to be the first porn site where all of the profit that is made through advertising goes to charity. It is a 100% nonprofit porn website. Not that I have any experience in this type of thing. But
nonprofits or porn?
Porn. But it would be similar to like a YouPorn type site where you can submit user videos or upload clips of other porn.
So make sure to send your DIY stuff here.
Yeah. And the way it's going to work is it'll have...
I'm doing it for charity.
But the way it works is
it's porn with heart is the headline here.
Yes. Each month they have a different cause that all of the ad revenue goes to charity. And the reason they're doing this is because it was published recently that the top 3 advertising gainers on the internet are Facebook, Google, and porno sites. So, by creating a porn site that's nonprofit and lots of advertising, they're actually going to do a lot of good.
Yeah, they get this off the ground, and I mean, I guess if you're going to go to a porn site, might as well do it for charity, you know? Can I say that?
What?
Okay. Sorry, I was reading the chat room. Yeah. So it's a good cause.
Yes.
And it's porn. Well, they have good points here. They talk about, like, you know, sex is a top word searched on the internet, over $1 billion of yearly revenues. And then it says at the bottom here, imagine for 1 second that 1% of the total revenue derived from this goes to charity. So, but you know, the question is, and I think you read through this too, because my question was like, who's going to accept the money?
Well, that's it. That was actually just brought up in the chat room.
Okay.
Revolution said that Susan G. Komen Foundation didn't take Pornhub's charity.
Oh, really? I didn't know Pornhub was doing.
So, they turned down. I guess a nonprofit will turn down money.
I was going to say, because it's a lot of principle, and that's like bad PR. You know?
You don't have to say where the money's coming from.
I'm looking at, Pornhub does have a, don't show any of these sites. I don't think I need to tell you. There's a ribbon like up by Pornhub, they have a help save the boobs. Pornhub will donate for every boob video viewed. More views equal more money, and they have a counter that's, without the comments, I don't know where to go with this. 22 million boob views. Now, is that duplicated for every view? Because there's 2 boobs.
Probably not.
All right.
I think it's per set.
It's per set?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I need to clarify that.
But
but still, they can just be like, They could just be an unnamed donor. I think that's probably the better way to do it in the
Right.
long run. You know,
I mean,
just be like, I'm just some dude, and here's some money. That
Right, Pornhub
you don't
isn't-
need to know where this came from.
Pornhub's not
do they need to know where?
No.
Is there anything about the 501c3 that?
No.
No. Okay.
Anonymous donations happen all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
It's not like it's a political campaign.
No. All the Komen Foundation has to do is just get a check. I imagine Pornhub has enough viewers that they're not out advertising for more.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not expecting the Susan G. Komen Foundation to be like, oh, we just got this really big check.
Maybe they just want to do something good.
Right.
You know?
Maybe I mean, it's not like they're asking them to be like,
Maybe,
oh, you got to advertise that we gave you this money so that we don't look like total pervs. That we actually care.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I
They'll find a way.
imagine Pornhub's just like, here, we raised this money for you. We want to help. We like boobs.
Obviously, maybe more than some.
Right. I mean, let's look at this from a logical standpoint. All right? If anyone on this planet likes boobs, it would be the people going to a porn site to look at boobs. Let them help.
Getting real passionate about this one.
It's stupid! Breast cancer is a real thing that needs help. So
Yeah.
why are these assholes...
That's
Why are
fine.
these people turning down money?
Yeah.
Wrong.
That's
button
not.
click.
No, that's
There.
not it. There you go. Yes.
Wrong button click.
So Twitter. Let's get angry about Twitter.
I don't want to get angry about Twitter. I
Well,
want to get angry at
Twitter. Well, Twitter is concerning me more and more because it's probably my favorite of the social medias. It's the one I use the most. It's definitely the one you use the most. But with what do you use? By the way, what do you use right now? Are you still using Tweetbot?
TweetDeck.
TweetDeck?
Yeah.
So that's still working out for you?
Yeah.
That's actually a Twitter-owned thing, so
Right.
that's not bad. Do you see a lot of promoted tweets in there?
No, not really. Not in Tweetbot.
Non Tweetbot? I
No.
think they pop
Or
up in
TweetDeck.
I'm
In
sorry,
the browser during the day, I'll see one or two, but I don't see all that many.
I think they do pop up on the Twitter app. I'm using the Twitter app more and more, as long as it's something I don't need Hootsuite for. So I've been kind of doing a mix of, I don't know if I mentioned on here, I've been kind of doing a mix of Hootsuite for the functions, and then for the day-to-day personal use, I'm like, when I'm doing Raw, for the Mayhem show, I'm sitting there with like Twitter for Mac, or jumping in the site or using whatever's built into OS. You're having fun with a switcher.
I was doing it without looking.
I know. It's good
I'd gotten it
practice.
down.
Good. It's good practice. Well, okay. So
Stop yelling at
we
me.
talked about. I'm not even yelling at you. We talked about promoted tweets in the past, I think, and I even see them in Hootsuite. But Twitter brand surveys let advertisers pull users directly from their timeline. So this is the new thing. Now you're going to get a tweet from @Twitter surveys, including the one. I don't know if you have the picture up there.
Yes.
And it's just a tweet to you or in your stream, I guess it is. They're showing it in the iOS app for those not on video. It says, we've selected a small group of users for a brief survey, answer a few questions, and have your opinions count. I'm sure they do. What would you do this if it popped up? Would you care? Are you annoyed that it'd be popping up in your stream?
Let me clarify something about me. I follow a lot of people.
Okay, so this is just brushed over.
It's another tweet in the crowd.
If it's something that's not interesting you, it's not even there.
Here's the secret about tweeting Chachi. Okay, you have 4 words.
4 words?
You have 4 words
Is that your attention span?
to get me to read your tweet. If I'm not interested after the first 4 words of your tweet,
I don't think you done.
I move on.
Yeah.
Because honestly, a lot of my timeline whines a lot. And I can tell within the first...
there was a really good... Well, we did Evening with PodCamp last week, and it was the media panel. Some people from Post Gazette, some people from WPXI, stuff like that. It's over on podcastpittsburgh.com if you want to check it out. But there was actually the one thing was Twitter or the internet or pretty much Twitter, I think they were talking about, is where everybody whines.
Right.
And that's the worst thing about it. Some of them agreed that was the best thing about it. Because it gives how people feel about things.
Right. I don't know. I mean, I'm able to tell what the content of the tweet is going to be within the first 4 or 5 words.
Do you feel Twitter is just? Are you into it so much? Now I'm interviewing you. Are you into it so much because of your attention span? Like that 140 characters is a nice limit for your attention span?
That's a good question. I like that question. Yes, 140 characters is perfect for my attention span.
Chilla says he's going to start his tweet with, "Hey there, Chachi says."
And that's a good way to get me to read your tweet. If you at me in every tweet, I'll read it.
I'll be completely honest. I have trouble following Twitter day to day. Like, you're like, did you see so-and-so tweet this? I'm like, if I wasn't involved in the conversation, probably not. I'm just not, like, for today, for instance, I was down here in the studio, I was doing some other things. I don't really have a chance to put Twitter up, all the time. So I don't know.
I don't care what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I will check my tweets.
How many times have you checked it during the show?
This show right now?
Yes.
15.
You're checking it during shoots where you're the damn host.
Yeah.
You're just like, you can't get off your Twitter machine.
If you stop to do something, anything, I don't care what it is, and we're supposed to be shooting, I'm checking Twitter.
I'm just like, come on!
Right. I mean, if you have to adjust the focus or the zoom.
Have you turned to Twitter instead of going for a cigarette?
At work? Or for
there,
the
or at the shoots, any kind of situation?
At work, like at my career, I do both.
Does the one fill in the other?
At my career, I do both.
Okay.
On our shoots, yes, often I will pull out Twitter instead of having a cigarette.
Good.
Because I know that you will be less irritated if I'm just checking a few tweets than if I were to stop and smoke a whole cigarette and, like, right before, like, a paragraph of text.
I'm glad to know your motivations. I don't know. This is another thing. I think they're going to keep trying
16.
stuff like this. I don't think we have a tally at the bottom of the screen. I already have to edit part of the show.
I am sorry. I didn't know it rotated.
I knew there was a nipple in there, but yeah.
I thought we could get by the nipple.
Those guys are good. I didn't mention those guys. We mentioned it because I tweet the stories out that I'm interested in putting in for the show throughout the week. That's kind of how I bookmark things. And they actually, I didn't even mention their name. I linked the site. And they, 10 minutes later, I got a tweet from them.
Nice.
So
they care.
They're like, yes, we will have to do porn for charity. I'm like, awesome. Cool.
We sell bodies for something. Right. Moving on. One more story.
One more story. That's all I got left here. I don't know if you have any more over there.
I don't.
Well, actually, I got 2 stories left.
Okay.
Xbox in Maine.
Xbox
Music to launch on October 26th with free ad-supported streaming. You going to be
hold on.
What?
Because I caught the early part of the notes.
Okay.
Before you really filled it in.
Yeah.
And I saw this story.
Yeah.
And I got really freaking excited.
Why?
Because there's often times where if I'm doing something on my computer, I don't want to run it down with music. Like, I don't want to run another program.
You don't want to run another cycle. It's not the newest computer. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And so I'll often throw on the Xbox and I'll watch like a movie or throw on a TV show or something.
Why don't you use your phone? That's what I do.
I thought about that, and
Yeah.
If I'm wearing headphones, it works. But if I'm just using the speaker on the G2 has never been good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not that great of a speaker.
Get a pair of just self-powered speakers that are good enough so you can just have them there, plug them in, good to go. I must have a point.
Yeah, it was. You're pushing me aside, coming up with your own ideas, and I don't like it.
You were excited because
it meant that I could put just general music on the Xbox. And I don't have to worry about keep looking over to see what's actually playing on it, because that's my problem. I get distracted easily. I'm like a squirrel. I'm easily distracted.
Hence his Twitter addiction.
Yeah, I'm easily distracted, like super distracted.
There's actually a story. Anyways, this thing, it's going to be... this pretty much replaces the Zune Pass. I have a whole other discussion I can follow this up with. I have this whole. What are you doing?
I'm eating the microphone.
Okay,
I'm having fun.
I know. It's basically replacing the Zoom Pass. It's going to be available for Windows
Xbox
Phone,
needs Pandora.
Windows 8, and Xbox 360. Yes, I agree with you. Is Spotify on there yet?
I don't know.
I don't think it is.
So.
All they have is I have Last FM.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. Pandora needs to be on there. We pull up on the Roku. We pull up Pandora all the time. So
down here we pull up Pandora. All
down
the time.
here, well, we have how many computers hooked up to speakers? So
Bobby just yelled at me during tweet 17. He said, "Pay attention to the show." I am paying attention.
But I'm also interested in the service. I'm still trying to get through this story. Key part of the service is that Microsoft SkyDrive integration.
Something shiny.
And that's all I got.
SkyDrive integration.
It's also going to be, they're going to make it cross-platform, which includes iOS and Android. So this is something you could sign up for, like, say, a Pandora, for a subscription and have it across all that stuff.
Ooh. I'm intrigued.
Would that be handy for you? Yeah. I mean, it's something. Do you just subscribe to anything like Pandora or Spotify? Pandora is? Yeah. So are you actually subscribed, or are you just using the free?
I just use the free.
Okay. I don't mind ads. But would you...
the only ad I have a problem with is the founder of Pandora coming on every other song telling me to sign the Internet Music Fairness Act petition online.
Yeah.
I can do without that one.
And that I kind of like that I dropped my $36 on that. And I think I'm going to continue dropping my $36 on that. So... yeah. I every time Missy's in the car, she's like, "I like commercials." I'm like, "You're crazy and they're annoying." Love you. She's not listening.
No, she's like me.
No. Yeah. But no, it's interesting. I mean, this is something you could maybe think of subscribing to, because then you can use your Xbox the way you want to, and it's on your Android phone.
Right.
So when you're generally using that as your music player. So there you go. So it'll be interesting. I just wonder what the selection is going to be like. Is it going to be comparable to something like Spotify or Pandora? I guess everything is these days, because they're really kind of all the artists are doing, or all the labels are doing all the deals with all the players in the game. So, and Microsoft's big enough, it'll be get it on Xbox. How many Xboxes are out there?
A lot
of them.
Can we skip this last story?
Are you talking about that in the next show?
Yeah.
All right. If you want to talk about, if you want to know about the main Senate candidate under fire for the World of Warcraft persona, you can go tune in to Let's Play for this week. I think it's episode 19. If you're looking for that on your Stitchers or your iTunes or anything like that.
Are we on Stitcher?
I don't know. I don't think I added you guys yet. So I was looking at stats and I'm like, oh, they're not there. I need to fix that.
Oh.
So,
but to fill that time, I have
okay.
I'm becoming more like Rob.
You hate the fancy?
Well, I've always hated the fancy. It's just one big Stop yelling at me.
I'm just like, hey, switch the shot.
Yeah.
You just need to be
it's
pushed.
I've never used the fancy.
Yeah,
I'm against.
I'm hating the fancy more I use it.
Right.
It's just like,
yeah, I don't care.
It wants me to buy everything.
So, Android Google Play had a huge sale last week for their 25 billion downloads, and they had a bunch of apps and music and books and movies and everything you would want from browser on sale. And I bought like a crap ton of games. I bought Uno. You saw me playing Uno at the
I
pizza
saw
shop on Sunday.
I'm just like, man, you're addicted to Uno.
Yeah, I was playing Uno. We're reading the chat room. But I'm moving away from physical media.
Mm-hmm.
The only movies I've bought recently are digital. I bought Step Brothers, Talladega Nights, and Wall-E on my phone.
I got rid of Netflix discs.
And then Xbox is genius, because I turned on Xbox 4 times in a row, like throughout the day, to either watch how it's made or like a movie or something. And right there on the first screen kept showing Avengers. And I'm like, man, I really want to watch the Avengers right now.
But I don't want to go get the DVD.
Right.
Yeah, I've even
I bought it on the Xbox.
I've considered because it's like I look at Amazon, it's only a $5 difference. I haven't picked up Avengers yet, and I am like, I'm going to get the DVD, which has no features, but I want the movie, but I don't have a Blu-ray. But then I look at the one that's like the combo pack, that's like the DVD, Blu-ray 3D, and the digital copy. And plus, it's a digital copy of
the purple ray or whatever it's called.
Ultraviolet.
That's it.
That's fine. That works on the Xbox because if you download the Views app, it loads into there, which was kind of nice. I played with the Views app a little bit. I had a credit, so I was like, I think I bought whatever that last.
Bobby's dad won a copy of Avengers for 34 cents.
One?
Yeah. What auction site, Bobby?
It was one of those where you buy the credits or something. I don't know. Those ones are But I was considering, like I'll get a Blu-ray eventually, but then I have like the ultimate copy either way, and then I can pick up a Blu-ray like when they're dirt cheap, But really, I'll be watching the ultraviolet copy to get my HD version, and I have a DVD to play in the PlayStation 2 that's hooked up in my bedroom. It covers. I mean, that really makes sense. And those things. And for some reason, I can't break from those things being digital. But those are the only things I'm going to buy anyways at this point. So, everything else is a subscription for me.
Yep.
So, all right. With that, guys, this has been the Awesome Cast. I think we carried it pretty well for the two of us. You flowed. Don't judge. Don't judge. All right. Thanks, guys.
I was entertained.
Hey, I want to give a shout out. We were supposed to have him tonight, but again, I wasn't supposed to be here, and I was supposed to be here, so we had to mix things up a little bit. Go check out pghgivecamp.org. It's a non-profit kind of situation here. If you're good at some programming or even just good at WordPress or designing or whatever, it's just kind of a couple-day thing happening out at the Pittsburgh Technical Institute in Oakdale, PA, out by Robinson Township. Go check that out if you want. If you know any nonprofits that could use some website work, that can be hacked together pretty good over the weekend, or you have some skills you want to apply to nonprofits. If you're a student, this is probably a good idea as well to get some.
If you're a student, you should definitely be doing this.
Yeah, I mean, this is the kind of stuff to give you some experience, and at least work with some other people that are doing this kind of thing. We should be talking with a fellow from there next week if all goes well. So yeah, also podcamppittsburgh.com. Podcamp Pittsburgh's coming up in under 3 weeks. Holy crap. It's October, I believe, the 27th and the 28th, if those are the Saturday and Sundays. And there's a new video, like I mentioned before, the media panel. Just keep dropping the marbles, man. So go check that out. There's a intro to Pinterest session that Missy Sorg is doing tomorrow night at the Carnegie Library in Oakland. So go check that out if you're in the area. Go sign up for it. Links are over on the PodCamp
This week's episode
Facebook.
of AwesomeCast made 15 cents.
Jeez, man.
I found 15 cents in the drawer.
Which does change all over here.
You need to empty this so I don't play with stuff in here.
Oh, man. Yeah, so this has been the AwesomeCast, live.sorgatronmedia.com. We meet here at 7 p.m. Eastern. There it is, awesomecast.com, where you find all the past episodes. Drop us an email at contact@awesomecast.com or tweet us at AwesomeCast. We're on Facebook. We're on Google+. Please hashtag this show #AC121 if you want to converse directly about anything we talked about on this show. If you have any suggestions for stories, things you want us to talk about, we take all suggestions into consideration.
What is the phone number?
We don't have a phone number anymore. We haven't had it for a while. Nobody called it.
Chillin wanted to know the phone number.
There's no phone number. If you want to call my
There's
voicemail
no phone number,
and say that, hey, this is for the AwesomeCast, you can do that. We could do video mails. If you want to video something and put it on Tout or YouTube or something like that, email it to that email address and we'll use it.
No Tout.
We can use Tout.
No Tout.
Perfect. Tout is perfect for that kind of thing. If somebody was sending us 3-minute voice or visual voicemails or whatever you want to call them, I would say please use Tout so you don't carry on. So yeah, that's an option.
All right.
This is Sorg with Chachi behind the boards. Chachi's at insertcointobegin.com at Chachi says.
Tweet me. Make it interesting or I won't read it.
Yes, first 4 words.
Put in there, hey there, at Chachi says.
Mm-hmm.
That's a guaranteed way to get me to read all of your tweets.
That's a good way. Goes right to his phone, right?
Yep.
All right. But this has been your AwesomeCast. I want to thank our awesome chat room for joining us. Please go over to sorgatronmedia.com.
Thank you for bearing with the insanity.
Go to sorgatronmedia.com for all the new stuff. There's a bunch of announcements over there, including the Stitcher Awards link. Or if you're in the live chat room here tonight, please go hit that link and nominate us for the appropriate categories. I looked at last week. I don't know I'm sure there's a tech one in there. So, or commentary or funny. Kind of funny. Right?
AwesomeCast!
Yeah. No, that's not. Thank you. You've been our awesome audience. Have an awesome week.
We're getting awesome, yeah, that's what I said now. I'm getting awesome, you're getting awesome. We're getting awesome, yeah, that's what I said now. I'm getting awesome, you're getting awesome. We're getting awesome, yeah, that's what I said.
We didn't let you fly solo tonight.
We're recording, and there's the graphics. Look at that.
I don't know anything about that.
You bring us in.
Mozilla Persona.
You bring us in,
I don't know.
and then I will do the contact.
Okay. Is it on you?
Yes.
Shit.
You still haven't changed that.
I know. I had a lot.
I know. I'm not mad at you.
My Tuesdays have become my Tuesdays are my Sunday. Because this is like my tinkering day. Unless I have something really, really impending I need to get done. Since I don't typically get a Sunday.
Yeah. I know. Especially since the Sunday we were recording Unsung.
We were working Sunday, so
that you can find over at PittsburghOnVideo.org.
Yeah.
Along with all of our other unsung, uncut videos and previous episodes. I've been your host, Anthony Walker.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time. Go. Let's do what these people came to see. Or pretend to see.
They're about to get disappointed.
They are going to be extremely disappointed.
Extremely disappointed. Are you Sorgatron up there? No, I'm Sorgatron. You're me.
What?
In the chat.
Oh. No, I'm you. You're Sorgatron. Watch.
That's what I said.
No, you said you're Sorgatron. I'm me.
Okay.
Watch. Oh, wrong keyboard.
You feel free to log yourself in.
No, because that's just a pain in the ass for later. See? I just made you look special.
Fantastic.